Oh, Princess. Let's have a seat.
Hi and welcome
Look.
to our date night by the fire. Just a little on the chilly side.
Well, yet another
What are we-
week has gone past. Oh my God, I'm getting used to this lifestyle. We were in Mostar and then heading on to Trebinje in the southeastern part of Bosnia-Herzegovina. But as we arrived in town, it's been very pretty, beautiful, nicely presented, river running through, nice old town. We found good parking in the old town as
We
well.
thought that we'd stay there the night before heading on to Dubrovnik.
Indeed, we did. And we meandered around the old town, had beautiful lunch as well.
This looks fabulous in Trebinje. Gorgeous little restaurant in the old part of town, which is at the moment being restored, so it's rather noisy.
And explored the market as we then came back to the car because we wanted to head up to the Casa and Monastery up on the hill and also explore a 16th century bridge too. Well, what happened? Holy moly! Probably a very unpleasant experience.
The most unexpected, unpleasant experience probably of our entire trip.
So far, well, as we came to the car, there were two beautiful gentlemen. They were putting a clamp on our car because we had overlooked that we weren't supposed to park there or we hadn't paid. So they had the clamp on there. They spoke next to no English. They were big bully men, literally, slightly aggressive straight away. And we tried to communicate with them. And as they're fine, like, okay, right, we're sorry, what is it? And mentioned something about 25 euros or something like that. Okay, can be paid. In principle, it sounded like we can. They were writing out a piece of paper. But then I think what may have further aggravated them is we tried to take a photograph.
We took a photograph of the clamp on the tyre. Here we are, getting a disastrous car park fine that we didn't even know we were in the wrong place.
No!
They screamed out,
Like,
No!
Like,
and suddenly everything turned very nasty.
really unpleasant indeed.
Yeah.
And basically they just handed paper, said, hey, where's the money? I had the money ready. Said, no money.
Go to the bank.
Bunker.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you mean bunker? Anyway, unpleasant. And they just dashed off. They just left us there with a clamp. We couldn't do anything with the car. It was clamped. Well, here we were. What are we going to do now? There were some bystanders there. And
So I went into the petrol station, tried to find out what the ticket actually meant, and a kind Samaritan was there, and he basically took us in his car, made sure the fine was paid, brought us back to our car, and phoned the abusive men and said, come back, the fine has been paid, please unclamp the car. They returned, did a drive-by.
we saw them, they looked at us, ignored us, just to obviously delay us even further, etc. And even the paying of the fine wasn't easy because the bank didn't want a bar of soap. We ended up having to go to the post office to try to communicate that and pay there with extra fees, so we got that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so finally then, of course, those wonderful parking inspectors came back, even more aggressive. Let's not go into it as well. We had a little bit of a screaming and shouting match and fingers were thrown at each other, etc. No fit.
Far too nervous to video it because Bernhard was saying, did you video that? I said, no, I was hiding behind a tree. I said I was shaking.
She literally did. She was hiding in the bush.
I was hiding.
Left it up to me. I was getting ready for a punch-up, not joking. Not sure actually who would have won, but anyway, it's another story, two of these huge men. Anyway, look, after a fair bit of abuse is thrown at each side, they eventually left and the clamp was gone and we could meander on.
We felt a bit sour after that because we were going to stay there for the night. So instead we went for an energizing
Debrief to the monastery up the hill. That's it. Basically, and I said, okay. Along the way, we were going through town. Again, it's a very picturesque town and tidy. And we were actually checking out this beautiful ancient bridge, really magnificent as well. Checking out the drone at the same time. And we went up into the monastery, enjoyed the views.
Settled our cortisol.
And enjoyed the views through the city. It was amazing. Loved that.
And carried on towards Dubrovnik.
Well, and as we are coming towards the coastline, coming closer to Dubrovnik, we started seeing some beautiful ocean views. And while I'm driving, Princess does more research. Yet again, Park for Night came in really handy. Princess found us an incredible park for night site where we could stay for the night. As we arrived there, it was late afternoon, the most gorgeous sunset, the coastline overseeing Dubrovnik, the old town, the new part of Dubrovnik. We also then were enjoying the sunset and beyond. What an amazing start to Dubrovnik and a beautiful, beautiful night. And in the morning,
We started off really early because we could see that traffic and tourism would be quite heavy, and we still stuck.
stuck in traffic.
But we found a car park.
Yes, close to the old town. It was about, I think, 10 or 12 euros per hour. So we done a quick calculation. Oh, that will cost us for about $200 for the day. We thought Australia was expensive. We pay $60 or $70 for the day. No, Dubrovnik will definitely top it. So
Well, we stayed there for a while and we went down to the town and joined a walking tour, which was really, really informative about the history of the town, the war, the damage.
right. Princess, what are your first thoughts?
Like, wow.
That's what I would say. Like, I've seen a few medieval towns and wow. Yes, literally wow.
It was just amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, I would highly recommend it. We actually love those tours. It's basically a free walking tour and then you donate money as well. And you're happy to do it because they go the extra mile to really give you the best possible experience. Found here in Dubrovnik. Where are we? Yes. Beautiful. But prior to the walking tour, we decided to shift the car because we knew the walking tour was starting around 11 o'clock. So 2 hours in, I shifted the car from a kilometer away, had to walk back, but it was a little bit cheaper. We saved a fair bit of money. We enjoyed this walking tour. And thereafter, we explored Dubrovnik further. May I say one thing? If I said Plitvice Lakes is something to see, you also have to put Dubrovnik in. Especially for me, there comes a little child through again. So you really feel put back into the 15th, 16th century. Dubrovnik is different, especially when you have had no expectations whatsoever. And yes, it's not in the same league, it's very different. But no, when I think of a town I've gone to, I've been to quite a few medieval towns, and so you think, oh my God, you've been put back in time. And of course, they've done the big movie show there as well about the Thrones, King of Thrones. Well, I obviously haven't watched it, but anyway, so that also attracted a lot of extra tourists there. So really exploring it. And it's just not like some towns where you go, it's like a little bit here, a little bit there. It's this entire city. Yeah, and you feel put back 400 or 500 years. Wow, I've never been to a place like that when you talk about a city and an old city.
And we met up with some friends that we'd met in Mostar, and we had a beautiful dinner there with them and saw Dubrovnik by night, which was absolutely incredible because the lights and everything is amazing.
It's magical. Dubrovnik by night. And even if you're a younger person, you want to party, there's plenty of places there to party. We didn't quite party, we just enjoyed the evening. And
Wait a minute. There's an old tradition in Dubrovnik that if you can put 2 feet on the stone in the wall, plus take your shirt off, plus put your shirt back on and step off, then you will live a happy life married to the same person. So Bernhard decided he'd have a go. Crazy bloody man. So the story of this is that you need to put both feet up, take your shirt off, put it back on and get down, and then you'll have everlasting love. Well, at least that's the story. And all those dark stains there are people putting their sweaty hands trying to hang onto the wall.
Okay, a couple of like restaurant kind of things along the way.
But at the end of the day, I didn't quite manage to achieve the task, but I'm very privileged as I live a very happy life with the most beautiful wife in my life anyway, so I had to try. Loved that. And then we actually had to walk about a kilometer back to town, I think, because you pushed yourself hard on the wall. Walking around the wall is a must-do in Dubrovnik. Well, we got cheaper parking for probably only about $30 for a full day, but it came at a cost. We basically had no sleep.
No sleep.
Why? Because it was really right on the intersection of 3 or 2 roads coming together, etc. It was noise all night long, literally till 2 o'clock in the morning and starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. I think if I caught 1 or 2 hours worth of sleep, that was it. Anyway, we were ready in the morning to conquer the wall of Dubrovnik. A must do. That was exciting.
And even though we arrived there right on when the wall opened, there was still this massive queue. You do need to get there early because if you end up there in the middle of the day in the searing sun, there is no shade, and it's how many kilometers right round?
It's a few miles.
And there's nowhere to hide out. So
the early bird will find the feet. Anyway, the early bird will get rewarded, and you basically can enjoy it, not having masses and masses of people before you, behind you, etc. So it was absolutely amazing doing the wall.
The wall showed you the most amazing sights of Dubrovnik, and it was just so worth it. It did take me to the heights where I'm not seriously comfortable, but totally worth it.
And also checking out the port, the old port, learning more about this amazing city. If you're really, really into history, then you could spend easily 3-4 days and explore just Dubrovnik.
We are going up the last stairs. Pretty steep down there. Oh.
A few more to go.
Let's go.
Highest point.
Highest point.
The wall. We spent 2 days there, and in the afternoon, after further exploring in town, checking out the different places, museums and so forth as well, we decided to move on, and we had intended to head to the one and only coastal town of Bosnia-Herzegovina. So of course Dubrovnik is in Croatia, and then as we're going along the coast, we're coming to its Neum. Neum is a small coastal town, the only Bosnia-Herzegovinian coastal town.
And they've only got 25 kilometers of coast.
And we thought, well, let's find a nice, beautiful place. We had a great experience in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Yet, you know what? We really searched, and the town just didn't cut it for us. A lot of people come there from Bosnia. It's a coastal town. But no, so we decided, let's travel on. Let's head back into Croatia, further up the coast as we're heading towards
Split. But we stopped at Klek.
And yet, what did we find again? Another olive grove.
And it was right by a beach this time, and it was super relaxed.
Absolutely, and because we were just pre-season, we didn't have to pay. Normally it's $5 for the day, but we also needed the rest. So we decided to spend 2 or 3 days there. Why? Because Princess with the injury, she pushed herself hard. You know, she's that tough Kiwi. She wouldn't say anything. And when she says something hurts, he knows things are bad. And we were at that stage. She could hardly walk. She literally struggled to walk, limping along. So we took it a bit easy, even getting down to the beach as well. Well, you've managed. I think swimming was the most comfortable part for you. So we enjoyed the time there, relaxed, did some work.
Relaxation in Klek and doing some work, catching up. But let's chill after the busy Dubrovnik, which was amazing. We found this gorgeous place, Klek, K-L-E-K.
And that was Klek, beautiful little coastal village. Very enjoyed.
We found the ferry to Hvar Island, where we decided it would be time to explore another island. And it was a great ferry ride. We thought we had to go all the way to Split, but we didn't. We found a town that took us there and hike about 15 minutes.
And we wanted to go there because there were several people that actually recommended us, even different countries said you need to go to Hvar.
Yeah.
And well, we were really excited, looking forward to it. And as we arrived in town, the first impression was,
It was really cute, interesting, and had a lot of character. So we were pleasantly surprised.
Meandering through the town of Stari Grad, or the village on the island of Hvar. Quirky old Roman built town, village. It's character. I'm loving it. Come and explore with me. Olive trees. Square. That's the way. 3:30 in the afternoon, have a good rest. Can't be bothered, says the pussycat. Nice.
And then off to our first wild camp. We thought, okay, let's see what we can do on this amazing
We
island.
took a wild track.
We sort of found on the map A, so nothing on park for night. We looked for something and we somehow, I think in hindsight, we missed the track and we took the next one.
But we did arrive at a gorgeous beach.
Absolutely. After some hard work and some four-wheel driving, quite rocky, very overgrown, cutting back trees and bushes. It was beautiful. We had it initially to ourselves, then a couple of cyclists came along.
Cyclists.
An amazing bay, gorgeous views. Pretty much had it to ourselves. Fantastic, just beautiful to relax. And for you to also really nurse your knee further as well. You could get in the water, have a bit of a swim, take it easy. Happy little chappy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. Guess why? We've been looking for about an hour and a half on the southern side of the island of Hvar, after we have been to a beautiful camp just to find for a wild camping spot. And like, oh, we've tried a lot of things and tracks and there's always some private property and some things like, oh, and you get their funny looks. Look what we found. Just listen to their music and enjoy. Can you hear the sound of the water? Jeez. Hallelujah, check it out. Wild camping in Croatia on the island of Hvar. Woo! Remember, it's never too late. Wild camping by the beach. Hvar, Croatia.
But it was time to do washing. So the next day we meandered on to a campsite, and it was a fantastic campsite. What was it? Jesna.
It was.
And there was the most amazing lady who was the manager of the campsite. And she turned up and she said, you can't be walking on that, as I'm trying to hobble along to the washing machine.
And we said truly hobbling. She could not walk.
Anyway, she arrived back later that afternoon or the evening with a set of crutches and somewhere to go and split to get the whole knee thing investigated. And she was an amazing lady. She's actually lived in Australia for a while during the time of
The Balkan Wars.
Yeah, she was really, really helpful. So we stayed there a couple of days and it was a beautiful campsite.
By the beach, a lot of fun, did some beautiful swimming as well. You want to make sure you do the swimming in the morning, or as the wind was starting to come at 8, 9 o'clock, when the sea got a little bit rougher. Loved the time there as well.
Then we took off for Hvar.
The town of Hvar. We checked out another town, so there's quite a few beautiful, interesting towns there. I think, was it Stari Grad? Was another town we had a look at as well. Beautiful, old, little
They
port.
all had character.
Absolutely, literally, you could stay anywhere. Restaurants, cafes, beautiful style. You feel put back a couple of 100 years in time. Very nice. There's character. Lots of quirky little places. Limestone. Yeah, I'd call it quirky. Back to the main promenade. And as we went to the town of Hvar, nice, but quite frankly, too many tourists for us.
And by now I had crutches, so I settled down in a little cafe while Bernhard explored the town. And then we got back to the car and Bernhard set up a cocktail bar on the side of our car, stinking hot, and it was time for drinks.
Because we found these beautiful ready-made cocktails in the supermarket beforehand. Yeah. So we had Cuba Libre, we also had some sex on the beach, and a few others. Oh, we come to that later too.
This is called car park cocktails in the heater of the day.
Do you like my decoration?
Oh, so sweet. What tree did you nick that from?
I'm gonna have cosmopolitans. I'll have a margarita for my princess.
And then we took an amazing track around the opposite side of the island from all the little villages, which actually ended up to be quite populated with fairly wealthy looking houses and people.
We tried to find a little great place somewhere. We checked out different bays, people everywhere. Nice place, but again, people. And the coastline is so rough and rugged, you can't get to it. And we were close to giving up. We literally, I think, checking for 3 hours, driving along, getting frustrated. Prince is getting almost a little bit narky. I get a bit cranky too. So, well, let's drive to the end of this road. And as we're literally driving somewhere halfway down that island, and guess what we found? Our private nudist bay.
Which was private until a runner came up.
Here we were on our own in the water. I was like, oh, hello. I think I came this Englishman jogging past, like, oh, enjoy your time.
Somehow I managed on crutches to get down to the beach and to have a swim, and it was a very relaxing couple of days.
Enjoy the time, but of course you were struggling big time. You couldn't walk, hoppling on the crutches there as well to get somewhere.
What I call a tough Kiwi. Yes, she shouldn't be walking, but out she is. Well, you wonder why. Yeah, she's climbing these rocks. You can hear why. Why? That's why.
Just wonderful memories of Hvar.
So it's never too late
To have a romantic night, date night, by the fire.
and to live your dreams.
Yes. If you like this, smash the like button.
Subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Meantime, we're off.
We'd also love to thank our sponsors, including BainTech for our lithium battery and battery management system setup, Cooper tires that get us rolling through the toughest terrain, Kuluin Automotive for all the mechanical work on this vehicle, Cruisinator and Bonetti campers for the amazing fit out of our Questor, Best on Works for the Pioneer panels, and for our 4x4 recovery gear when the going gets tough by George 4x4.